Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Lalema Aneja Dang with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says government believes in reforms not out of compulsion but out of conviction. Terms President Droupadi Murmu's address to the joint sitting of both houses of parliament visionary. Insurgency in the northeast down by 89% during the last 8 years, says Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur at Y20 summit in Guwahati. RBI announces pilot launch of QR code-based coin vending machine to improve distribution of coins. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw to launch Digital Payments Utsav tomorrow for promotion of digital payments across the country. And in men's cricket, the first test of the 4-match Border Gavaskar Trophy between India and Australia to begin tomorrow in Nagpur. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that his government has taken many decisions in the national interest and there is positivity towards India among other countries.
आज पूरी दुनिया भारत की तरफ इस प्रकार से बड़ी आशा की नजरों से क्यों देख रही है? इसके पीछे कारण, इसका उत्तर छिपा है भारत में आई स्थिति, भारत की वैश्विक साख में, भारत के बढ़ते सामर्थ्य में और भारत में बन रही नई संभावनाओं में.
Highlighting that his government's priority is to work for the welfare of the deprived, the poor and the tribals, the Prime Minister said that the world is looking towards India with great hope and positivity as the country's credibility, potential and opportunities have increased significantly in recent years. He said his government believes in reforms not out of compulsion but out of conviction. Mr. Modi also said that India is witnessing political stability as it has a decisive government. Replying to the discussion in Lok Sabha on motion of thanks to President Droupadi Murmu's address to the joint sitting of both houses of parliament, Mr. Modi termed the President's address as visionary.
राष्ट्रपति जी के भाषण में संकल्प से सिद्धि तक की यात्रा का बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से एक खाका खींचा गया. एक प्रकार से देश को अकाउंट भी दिया गया, इंस्पिरेशन भी दिया गया.
On the country's growing digital infrastructure and technological prowess, Mr. Modi said India is emerging as a manufacturing hub. He said the country has emerged as the world's third largest startup ecosystem.
आज स्टार्टअप की दुनिया में हम तीसरे नंबर पर पहुंच चुके हैं. एक बहुत बड़ा स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम आज देश के टायर 2, टायर 3 सिटीज में भी पहुंच चुका है. हिंदुस्तान के हर कोने में पहुंचा है. आज भारत दुनिया में मोबाइल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में दूसरा बड़ा देश बना. एनर्जी कंजम्पशन में दुनिया में एक कंज्यूमर के रूप में तीसरे नंबर पर हम पहुंच चुके हैं. रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की कैपेसिटी में हम दुनिया में चौथे नंबर पर पहुंच चुके हैं.
He came down heavily on the Congress and described 2004 to 2014 as a lost decade. He said during the period, a series of scams and incidents of terrorism had devastated the country. Earlier, during the Prime Minister's speech, Congress members staged a brief walkout from the House. The House also witnessed heated arguments between the Treasury and the opposition benches. Later, the House adopted the motion of thanks on the President's address with a voice vote. The Minister of State for Commerce and Industry, Anupriya Patel, has said that the outcomes emerging from the G20 discussions and decisions will help to facilitate the country's trade positively. In a written reply in the Lok Sabha today, she said the discussions at G20 are likely to have a positive impact on the multilateral trading system, thereby strengthening rule-based international trade, which affects all sectors of the economy. She observed that G20 countries account for around 85% of the global GDP and over 75% of global trade. Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur today said that insurgent activities in the northeast have come down by 89% and cases of civilian deaths declined by 85% during the last 8 years. Addressing the concluding session of the three-day Y20 summit at Guwahati in Assam, the Union Youth Affairs and Sports Minister said that under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, peace has returned to the region and many developmental works are being carried out at present. At the closing ceremony, the white paper on 5 themes of Y20 was launched by Mr. Thakur, while Assam Education Minister Ranoj Pegu presented the research papers on the 5 themes. The Union Minister said the 5 themes present an extraordinary opportunity for the youth to contribute and collaborate on the development agenda of G20. In his remarks on the 3-day event held in Guwahati, the Union Minister said these 3 days saw invigorating ideation and spirited dialogues and deliberations on some of the most crucial issues humanity is facing. As part of India's G20 presidency, the Youth 20 group's first inception meeting was held at Guwahati from 6th to 8th February to consult the youth of the nation on ideas for a better tomorrow and draft an agenda for action on 5 identified Y20 themes. Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas Hardeep Puri says the India Energy Week 2023 gives opportunities to global leaders and companies to deliberate upon the pressing issues of energy transition in the world. He was speaking at the concluding session of the 3-day India Energy Week 2023 at Bengaluru today. He said that after watching the response of the people, the government has decided to make it an annual event. Here's a report.
During the 3-day event, India has showcased its initiative in the field of clean energy transition and launched various schemes which will help not only to decarbonize its economy but help to achieve net zero emission by 2070, which was set by Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself at COP26 at Glasgow. To realize the targets, Prime Minister launched 3 major green initiatives at the event, which includes ethanol blending of 20% in petrol, unbottled scheme to phase out single-use plastic, and indoor solar cooking system to provide eco-friendly cooking solutions. India had recently announced its aim to reach net zero emission and to meet 50% of its electricity requirements from renewable energy sources by 2030 will be seen as a huge significant step for the global fight against climate change. Sanjeev Jasrotia for AIR News, Bengaluru.
Electronics and Information Technology and Communications Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw will launch the Digital Payments Utsav in New Delhi tomorrow. As India celebrates Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and G20 presidency, a comprehensive campaign, Digital Payments Utsav, has been planned from 9th February to 9th October this year for the promotion of digital payments across the country, with particular focus on G20 Digital Economy Working Group event cities, namely Lucknow, Hyderabad, Pune and Bengaluru. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Northeast Diary program broadcast every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. brings very interesting and enchanting stories from the 8 Indian states of Northeast India. Northeast Diary this week, on the 9th of February 2023, brings an exclusive interview with the Gangtok-based environmentalist and organic farmer Dr. Ghanshyam Sharma. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra on the 10th of this month. Mr. Modi will visit Lucknow to inaugurate the Uttar Pradesh Global Investors Summit 2023. He will also inaugurate Global Trade Show and launch Invest UP 2.0. In Mumbai, he will flag off Mumbai Solapur Vande Bharat train and Mumbai Sainagar Shirdi Vande Bharat train from Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj terminus. The RBI today announced that QR code-based coin vending machine QCVM will be launched in collaboration with a few leading banks to improve the distribution of coins. The pilot project will roll out in 19 locations in 12 cities across the country. Here's more from our Mumbai correspondent.
The QCVM is cashless coin dispensation machine which will dispense coins against debit to the customer's bank account using Unified Payment Interface UPI. Unlike cash-based traditional coin vending machines, the QCVM would eliminate the need for physical tendering of banknotes and their authentication. Customers will also have the option to withdraw coins in their required quantity and denominations in these machines. These vending machines are planned to be installed at public places such as railway stations, shopping malls and marketplaces to enhance ease and accessibility. Based on the learning from the pilot test, RBI will issue guidelines to banks to promote better distribution of coins using QCVMs. Shailaja Tiwale, correspondent, AIR News, Mumbai.
The government e-marketplace, or GEM as we call it, has crossed 1,50,000 crore rupees in gross merchandise value in the current fiscal year. GEM is an online platform for the procurement of goods and services by government departments, public sector units and other agencies. Talking to All India Radio News, CEO GEM, PK Singh expressed confidence that the gross merchandise value will be doubled in the current financial year as compared to the last financial year.
This year on the 1st of February, we crossed our target of 1.5 lakh crore procurement on the portal. Based on the procurement in last year of 1 lakh crore plus, we had taken a very big target of 1.5 lakh crore. And with heavy procurement that is due to happen in the last 2 months, we are in a position to reach 1.9 or even 2 lakh crore this year, which will be almost 100% growth over the last year.
Since its inception in 2016, GEM has continuously been working towards promoting the Make in India initiative. In poll-bound Tripura, campaigning has got momentum as the star campaigners across all parties held rallies to woo voters. Senior BJP leader and Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh sought votes to continue development works in the state. He said that Northeast, along with Tripura, witnessed all-round progress under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also did 3 rallies for the party candidates. On the other hand, senior CPIM leader and former Tripura Chief Minister Manik Sarkar campaigned for the left front parties. Leaders of the Tripura Motha Party, State Congress and TMC presidents, among others, also did rallies today. Chief Electoral Officer of Meghalaya, F.R. Khargongor, today held a high-level meeting with senior officers of all the enforcement agencies involved in the poll process of the state. The meeting was held in the wake of the incident of violence in Pulbari area in which about 10 people got injured yesterday night. 2 FIRs have been filed in this case. India will send 1 more plane load of relief material, equipment and personnel to the earthquake that hit Turkey under Operation Dost. Earlier, 4 such planes with relief materials have already landed in that country. Another C-130 aircraft carrying relief materials landed in Syria for carrying out rescue and relief operations. Meanwhile, the death toll in the earthquake in Turkey and Syria has risen to over 11,200. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has announced that the death toll from Monday's devastating earthquake has reached 8,754. In Syria, 2,530 fatalities have been confirmed in both government-controlled areas and rebel-held regions. Agencies and rescue workers have warned that the figures are likely to rise higher, with many people still trapped under the rubble. The latest edition of the Border Gavaskar Trophy will kick-start on the 9th of February in Nagpur. While Team India aims to retain the trophy after a historic win, Australia will look to win their first Test series in India since 2004-2005. The format series will be played at Nagpur, Delhi, Himachal Pradesh and Ahmedabad. Instituted in 1996, the series is named after legendary batters Alan Border and Sunil Gavaskar. And now, before we end the bulletin, here are the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says government believes in reforms not out of compulsion but out of conviction. Terms President Droupadi Murmu's address to the joint sitting of both houses of parliament as visionary. Insurgency in the northeast down by 89% during the last 8 years, says Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur at Y20 summit in Guwahati. RBI announces pilot launch of QR code-based coin vending machine to improve distribution of coins. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw to launch Digital Payments Utsav tomorrow for promotion of digital payments across the country. And in men's cricket, the first test of the 4-match Border Gavaskar Trophy between India and Australia to begin tomorrow in Nagpur. Well, that's all we have for you in the news at 9. Good night.